Okay, so in this video, we want to look at addition, multiplication, division, and subtraction of sets. Already we've looked at some properties which covers some of the rules when we want to add, when we want to multiply, divide, or subtract. So basically, we start with addition. So we start with addition. How do we add sets? How do we add sets? Okay, so let's continue. So when we have like example 2 root 2 plus 3 root 2, if you want to add them, because they always have the same number under the root, okay, so over here we have 2, here we have 2. So what we need to do is that add this and this. So we'll have let's go in order. So we'll have 2 plus 3, okay, into bracket, just for us to understand. Then we take one of the roots, okay, which is 2. So it's just 2. So you can only add 2 sets when the roots or the number under the roots are the same. Other than that, you cannot add them. It just have to be as it is. So it's either you are adding or subtracting, they're always the same. So you can only add 2 sets when the numbers under the root are the same. Okay, so this will give us 5 root 2. Okay, so if you have something like 3, no, let me look at second example. So this one can be like subtraction. So the same example, 2 root 2 minus 3 root 2. This will be equal to 2 minus 3 root 2, and this will be equal to minus root 2. Because 1 is the same, we don't write 1 root 2. No, we don't do that. Let me write it well. 1 root 2. We don't do this. So please, let's try to take notes in that direction. Okay, so let's look at how we can add. Now we have looked at addition and subtraction. So it's just like, so if you have something like 4 root 2 plus root 3, you cannot add this because the roots are not the same. So it will just be as it is. So this is the simplest you can ever get when it comes to addition of set or subtraction of set. You can't add them. So please, so this is equal to 4 root 2 plus set 3 or root 3. This is it. Good. So now let's look at division. So you have 14 or root 14 root 14 root 14 root 14 all over root 22. So how do we simplify this? As the rule says in our previous video, you put a root on both numbers. Okay, so this is this root, so we extend the root on both numbers, and we'll have 14 divided by 22. Okay, but we know that we can use some common terms to cancel out or to simplify it. So 2 can go here 7 times and 2 can go here 11. So we'll have 7 over 11 as our answer. Let me write it well. 7 over 11. So this is the answer. So when it comes to division, you can divide in that way. Sometimes you can have an example. 4 root 3 divided by 2. Okay, when you have such things, these two will be able to divide the number that is outside the roots. Okay, because there's no root here, you can't say no. This will be able to divide the number outside the root, and you can have something like 2 root 3, because 2 is going to fall 2 times, and this will be your answer. Another example we can look at a line is slanted is when you have 2 roots 3, and then you have 3 root 4. How do we go about this one? So you can see that here the roots are not the same. So you can have 3 roots, 2 root 3. That one will be outside, so 2. So you can have 2 root 3. Okay, so you can see that here we can bring this one out, and then we can have the root of 3 on, but before then we can break this one down. So we have to break it down even before we proceed, and this will give us, so we can do away with this one. We can have 2 roots 3 all into bracket 3. So this will give us 2, because 2 raised to the power 2 will cancel the root, so we'll have this, which will be equal to 2 root 3 all over 6. Okay, so 2 can go here 1 and come here 3, so we can have root 3 on 3. So this can be the result. In fact, not this can be the this is the result for this question. Okay, now let's look at when it comes to division. Okay, division of square, or sorry, sets. We mostly look at rationalization a set to make it a proper 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 set. So we will look at it in the previous, or not in the subsequent video. Okay, so let's go proceed, get space, and then continue with multiplication. So when you have set 2 times set 2, this will be equal to, okay, so square, this will give us 2. When you have set 3 times set 7, this will be equal to set 3 times 7, 21. Okay, so square root of 21. Like that, the rule says that. So when you have 3 set 2 times set 17, this will be equal to 3 into bracket, or on top of 2 times 17, set 17. So this will be equal to 3 root 34. So multiplication always comes in this manner. Sometimes we can have this question. So root 2 all into brackets, and then, so this is a question. Let me say example. Root 2 all into brackets, and then root 3 on top of 3. Okay, so you can see that this root is carrying a power of 3, so we can have root 2, okay, into brackets, and then have root 3, then we'll have the power. So we have this one, we have this, so we can even break it down. Okay, so root 1, then we can also have 3 roots, so we can divide the power, and this will give us root 3, sorry, 2, starting with 2, and then to put it in brackets, and times root 3, and then we can have 3. Okay, we can have 3, so we can have root 3, we can have root 3 times 3 roots 3 root 3, and this will be equal to 3 root 3 times 3, and this will give us 9, and so raising that one to a power will give us 3, so we have 3 root 9, which will be equal to 3 times 3, and finally 9. So this is the answer we can get for the first one. we can get for this first one. Let me check. I think we have to look at this question again. So let me clear space and let's look at it again. This particular correction. Okay. Okay, so we can have like I gave let's say root 2, okay, times root 3 all to the power 3. So this is equal to 2 root 2 times root 3 times root 3 times root 3. And the rule says that if you're multiplying, you just put everything under the root and multiply all of them together. So we'll have a big root or a long root on top of all this. So 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. This will give us what actually? So this and this will give us 9. Okay, this and this will give us 9. So we'll have root 6 times root of what? 9. And then when you come down, root of 9 will give us 3. So root 6 times what? 3. And the final answer for this is 3 root 6. So please let's take note of that. So it can come in that form. You can have something like root 5 or into bracket 3 times root 2 into bracket 5. Okay, so this will give us to express it in simple terms, we'll have root 5 times root what? 5 times root 5 root 5, and this will be, we can simplify this one as, so this and this will give us what? A square root. So root 5 then all raised to the power 2, which will give us what? 5. So we'll have 5 root what? 5 for this one. And then when we come here, you see we'll have 2 of the roots giving us 2 2. So our answer, let's do it easy. So all times 2 root 2 times root 2 times root 2 times root 2, then the last one root 2. So when you look at this and this, we'll get root 2 all squared, which will give us 2, then times root 2 all squared, which will give us 2, times root 2. So this will give us 2, this will give us 2, and then we'll have root 2 here. So this is root 2. Okay, so this will give us 4. So our answer for this is going to be 4 root what? 2. So adding it to this, we'll get 4 root 2, and this will give us 4 root 2. So this and this will multiply, so we'll have 5 times 4 root 5 times what? 2. So this and this will multiply, and then we can have this and then this one too. Sorry, this and then there's a root. Okay, there's a root. I didn't write. Okay, so this and this multiplying, and then this and this also multiplying. Oh, I think I have to look at it from here. So this and this will give us 20, and then we'll have here to be, so there's no root here, please pardon me. This will give us 10, so root 10. So that will be the result for this one, 20 root 10. So these are a few of the example. Now let's look at how we can solve some of the question here. How to simplify in terms of so we will employ all that we have learned here in the next video to see how we can simplify some of the expression will be given. Okay, some of the expression will be given. So sometimes you can have something like example multiplication root 2 into bracket root 3 plus root 6. Okay, so this will multiply the first term and then the second term. So root 2 times root 3 will give us root 6, and then root 2 times root 6 will be so plus root what? 12. So the multiplication, you just have to follow the rules. We'll solve more examples. I just want to use this video to introduce us to some of the rules and then how we have to go about it. But in a subsequent video, I'll spend more time to solve uh, questions that are likely to come in our test or exams. So that's it for this video. Please subscribe, hit the notification button, like the video, and then share for others to also learn something new. Thank you.